guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Milos Kerkez and his dad gave an interview to a Serbian media outlet, which I will translate to you guys in full in this video. And they pretty much confirmed that the Milos Kerkez to Liverpool transfer is a done deal, and he even was photographed holding a Liverpool flag. As you can see, there is the Liverbird on the flag, and it's a Serbian Liverpool supporting group which met with Kerkez before and after the interviews, and Kerkez even signed Liverpool shirts, which I will show photos of. But basically this is the interview which was done in Serbia, and Milos Kerkez's dad said, "It's only Liverpool for us, we are not going anywhere else, we won't talk to other clubs, everything is done between us." So between Kerkez and Liverpool, in terms of personal terms, it's all agreed, we just need to sort out some details, but it's basically a done deal. So Milos Kerkez, welcome to Liverpool, mate. He is the third Hungarian to sign for Liverpool, the second Hungarian to sign in this summer transfer window, and I'm Hungarian, so you can imagine how happy this makes me. So make sure to leave a like if you enjoy these videos, subscribe if you're new around here, because I post daily Liverpool transfer news update videos, sometimes even 2 a day, so make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest updates. And Sebastian Kerkez is Milos Kerkez's father, and I'm not sure how happy Bournemouth and Liverpool will be about them giving this interview before the transfer is officially confirmed, because this is definitely unorthodox, and even for Kerkez this is way out, pushing the boat out so far. So let me know what you think about this. But basically Milos Kerkez's father says that Milos Kerkez will only go to Liverpool or nowhere. He adds that this was a decision made both by him and his son, and they do not want to negotiate with other clubs. He also mentions that Liverpool's sporting director Richard Hughes, who brought them to Bournemouth, he contacted them and he's a man of his word. And he said basically if Hughes called them tomorrow for Kerkez to play in India, they would go because of him. I heard about, players following managers to other clubs. I heard about players following, best friends of, another player following to another club. But I never heard a player following actually a sporting director to another club. Of course, it's Liverpool's pull as well, I'm sure. They're just playing it down. But basically, as he said, as for us, everything is agreed upon. Only minor details remain for the clubs to finalize. And when the host was asked, now that we know it's between Bournemouth or Liverpool, then Milos Kerkez's father, Sebastian Kerkez, replied that there is nothing more to discuss. He then asked Milos, "Do you believe and are you going to Liverpool?" And Milos Kerkez said yes. So basically not only his father, but Milos Kerkez himself confirmed that he thinks he is going to Liverpool. And Milos Kerkez was asked which is the player who is the hardest to mark in the Premier League, and he said it's always Mohamed Salah. He adds that he has had some good performances against Salah, but you always have to stay focused, because if you're not, Salah will always outsmart you. Salah is very strong, Kerkez said. Even when he has his back turned to you, you either have to get to the ball before him or let him receive it first, and then you have to press him. If you stick too closely to him, he will turn you easily, because he is incredibly strong. And Milos Kerkez also was asked about which is the best away stadium that he played in his football career, and he said definitely Anfield. Newcastle is also great, but Anfield is something special. You already feel the Anfield atmosphere in the tunnel, and it's amazing. Oh my goodness, can you believe how much Kerkez is twerking for Liverpool? And the Liverpool fan accounts are saying, "I can't believe what I've read tonight from Kerkez's dad." Absolutely brilliant. And also Kerkez was posing with this member of the Liverpool fan group in Serbia, and he said, "Hi, greetings to all Liverpool fans." So I will now show you a snippet of that video where Kerkez in Serbian greets all Liverpool fans in this video. So Tom, the editor, play the video now.
Pozdrav sve navijače Liverpoola. Pozdrav sve navijače Liverpoola.
And here he is signing a Liverpool shirt. If you pause the video and look closely, there is a Liverpool badge on the Liverpool shirt, and in the next picture you can see him signing that same Liverpool shirt. And this is absolutely shameless twerking by Kerkez at this moment. You got to respect it. I love the fan reactions. He's ready to announce himself soon. He basically did already. Is this the most excited player on a transfer ever? Definitely Kerkez is the most excited player to sign for Liverpool. Led really announced his own transfer. Yeah, that's what basically Kerkez did with his father. Bro announced his own signing. I absolutely love this. Love these reactions by the Liverpool fans. And also, you have to admire that Arne Slot and Richard Hughes, they have managed to get Germany's star player, Florian Wirtz, to turn down Bayern and convert a family of Man United fans into perhaps the biggest Liverpool fans I've ever seen. I need to see the minutes for one of these meetings they have with their transfer targets, because Milos Kerkez and his family were Man United fans and now they are twerking for Liverpool. This is my favorite one of all the Liverpool comments on this Kerkez situation. This man, Kerkez, he would snitch on himself accidentally in a police interview. He's a hilarious guy. Oh my goodness. And this Liverpool fan is a hilarious guy as well for this comment. Absolutely brilliant. If you asked Kerkez, what's your favorite day of the week? He would say Liverpool. I'm sorry, but these comments are just absolute jokes. They are cracking me up. This is hilarious. The memes write themselves, as they say. And also, this is a very good observation by another Liverpool fan. Frimpong told his agent, do whatever it takes to get it done, to get Frimpong moving to Liverpool done. Florian Wirtz turned down Bayern Munich, Man City and Real Madrid because of the Liverpool project. And now, Kerkez and his family have publicly pushed for Liverpool and admitted their love for Richard Hughes. Liverpool are back on their perch. Absolutely loving it. And of course, a Chelsea fan chimes in just to try to downplay it, saying, of course, Liverpool tripled Frimpong's salary. Wonder if that's not a motive for the player to ask agent to do whatever it takes. Could say the same about Wirtz and Kerkez. Frimpong's father actually is a huge Liverpool fan. And Jeremy Frimpong even said in one of his welcome to Liverpool interviews that he used to watch LFC TV as a child with his brother, because his father was a Liverpool fan even when Frimpong was not even a professional footballer, he was just a kid. And also, this is a good point, that if I was a Bournemouth fan, I would be fuming right now seeing Kerkez publicly, twerking for Liverpool, same way we were losing our over Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid. It's not a great look, in truth. I kind of agree with this. I can't imagine Liverpool would be hugely impressed with this either. That's true. But when the transfer is pretty much like 99% done, and only the very small minor details are missing, and Kerkez also needs to complete his medical after his holiday, you could make a case that, maybe don't judge Kerkez and his family too harshly. He's also just 21, 22 years old, so he's pretty young. It's not like a 30-year-old footballer who has been very experienced. So I hope that Bournemouth don't get too upset with this. But Arne Slot even talked about this move in the press conferences. And this is what happens when news leaks too early. And news usually leak from not Liverpool's end, but from the other countries' end, like Milos Kerkez and his family leaked stuff, the Serbian media and news outlets leaked stuff, even the Hungarian media leaked stuff, so it's not coming from Liverpool's end. And now let's talk about why Milos Kerkez would be the ideal successor to Andy Robertson, and we will look at the detailed metrics of this Milos Kerkez and how much he could offer, how much more he could offer compared to a 31-year-old Andy Robertson or a 29-year-old Kostas Tsimikas. Robertson has seen his assist numbers dry up in the last 2 seasons. He only managed 4 assists in 2 seasons after recording 26 over the previous 2 seasons. So Robertson gets 4 assists in the last 2 seasons. But before the previous 2 seasons, he gets 26. So that means that Robertson's attacking output has diminished and on a downward spiral massively. The overall criticism of Liverpool's first choice left back Robertson felt a little bit harsh because Robertson played 45 games for Liverpool this season, 33 in the Premier League, and he did pretty well for the majority of it. But he enters the final year of his contract. He even is in talks for a move to Atletico Madrid. And Kerkez actually played more minutes than any other under 21 defender in the Premier League in 23-24. This season, Andoni Iraola, the Bournemouth manager, gave Kerkez even more license to go forward, which saw him score 2 goals and register 5 assists in the league. So Kerkez got more assists in one season than Robertson in the previous 2. And you can see here his goals with a red dot, marked with a red dot, and his assists marked with a blue line. So where he crossed it, and at the end where the goal was scored from. Kerkez's numbers were also up in terms of chances created, from 0.5 to 0.9 chances created per 90 minutes. Also possession won increased, interception increased as well. And Kerkez was born in Serbia, but he represents the Hungary national team. And he said, last season helped me to experience the Premier League and how it is, the speed, the physicality of it. The manager has trust in you and gives you time to adapt because he knows you have the quality and he knows it is just a matter of time until you pop out and start to do your stuff more. I like to be aggressive, but in a sporting way, in a football way. I like to compete a lot. As a fullback, you have to do both, defend and attack. But first of all is your defensive game. If you are not a good defender, you are not going to play or compete for trophies. Last season I had to work on my defensive awareness to not switch off. I now stay focused for the whole game, and I believe I'm going to I'm doing both pretty well this season. And here you can see his open place touches. The more red the area is, the more active Kerkez is. And you can see he's basically sometimes playing as a wing back or as a left winger. The dedication to defending, of course, will be music to Liverpool fans' ears, especially those who are somewhat concerned about how open Liverpool could be if new signing Frimpong plays at right back. Looking at true tackles and challenges made up of tackles, challenges lost and fouls when attempting to tackle, Kerkez has a 66% success rate and Robertson has 60, Trent Alexander only 55%. So Kerkez is better in terms of true tackles than both Robertson and Trent. His improvements going forward were apparent in Bournemouth beating Man City 2-1. Kerkez provided both assists. Kerkez also showed his energy and composure when Bournemouth went to Newcastle and won 4-1, and Kerkez scored a brilliant goal. And Kerkez recorded the 4th most sprints in the Premier League, only behind Daniel Munoz, Anthony Robertson and Brian Mbeumo. That's absolutely fantastic. So not just in terms of fullbacks, but in terms of all the players, he was 4th when it comes to sprints. His ability to get up and down the left could see him provide plenty of ammo for Liverpool's forwards. Only Robertson, Porro recorded more than his 132 open play crosses in the Premier League this season, Robertson making only 85. Robinson was also the one player to record more than Kerkez's 35 successful open play crosses, and you can see his successful crosses marked by a red arrow here on this graphic. A lot of those will have come from his tendency to make either overlapping or underlapping runs when his team are in possession. Only 2 players in the Premier League this season made more overlapping runs than Kerkez, and no one underlapped more often than him. So he is already one of the best left backs in the Premier League. And for 42 million pounds, I think that's a great signing for Liverpool. Robertson also ranked highly for both, so having the energy to run beyond the defensive line is certainly something that Arne Slot wants from his left back. It's not just runs off the ball to receive a pass, where Kerkez is threatening though. On the ball, Kerkez is able to progress play forward through his ability to drive upfield. Only 12 players recorded more than his 144 long progressive carries in the Premier League, and that's an average of 3.9 per 90, more than Robertson's 3.2 and Tsimikas' 2.4. Milos Kerkez's long progressive carries, you can see 144 long progressive carries where he got the ball and ran at least 5 to 10 yards with the ball, but sometimes even more, like halfway up the pitch, which is absolutely brilliant. And one area where Kerkez may have to adapt is distribution. He completed just 80% of his passes, but of course Bournemouth played a very fast counter-attacking style of play. They wanted to get the ball forward as quickly as possible. Liverpool play a more possession-based style, but for comparison, Robertson averaged 88% pass success rate, Tsimikas 91%. And Kerkez may adapt seamlessly, but either way, there is a philosophical difference between Bournemouth's style of play and Liverpool, and that could take some getting used to. Nevertheless, if he does join Liverpool, there will be an expectation that he influences the game in offensive areas, and that shouldn't be a problem. Because among Premier League defenders to play at least 1,000 minutes in the Premier League, only 4 averaged a higher proportion of their successful passes in the opposition's half than Kerkez. Kerkez's was 58.8%, and only Rico Lewis, Guardiol and Julian Timber and Trent Oxlade-Arnold averaged more. That shows just how advanced Kerkez gets and where on the pitch he's attempting to link with his teammates. And also, let's compare Milos Kerkez with Andy Robertson and their games played. Milos Kerkez played all the games. He had less touches, of course, than Robertson. Less passes and worse pass accuracy, but he even made more open play crosses and also more successful open play crosses per 90 minutes, even though Bournemouth had the ball a lot less than Liverpool. And certainly Kerkez is not the finished article. He's just 21 years old. He has bags of potential and room to grow. So keeping the experience and reliability of Robertson around may allow Liverpool to have the best of both worlds next season. That's why I would ask 10 to 15 million pounds from Atletico Madrid if they really want to take Robertson. And Kerkez was just one of 6 outfield players in the Premier League to start all 38 games this season. Assuming Robertson sticks around for the last year of his contract, of course, then Kerkez wouldn't need to start every game. But should he swap Bournemouth to Liverpool, Kerkez's development will attract even more eyeballs over the next few years, as he aims for the incredibly high ceiling that appears to be within reach of Milos Kerkez. So I'm really excited about this transfer, and you can see already he has better metrics than Robertson and definitely better metrics than Tsimikas in a lot of areas. And he's only 21 years old. He's 10 years younger than Robertson. 8 years younger than Tsimikas. So Milos Kerkez, welcome to Liverpool. I hope that this transfer will be official, and I will make more transfer videos as soon as possible. Florian Wirtz is flying to Liverpool this week to have his medical on Friday, so I'm very excited about that as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.